That instant gratification is not going to make you any money in wholesaling. Okay.
No.
You've got to learn to get rejected, man. It's like, you just got to be like a walking body armor. The key is
Yeah.
build that rapport so you can continue the conversation. Because to be honest with you, you build it up, 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 up. I hit them with the go for no. It's going to drop way back down, but the idea is you want to just turn that curve, and then you want one up like right here. And that's the key with the go for no. If you don't build a rapport, you're going to go off a cliff and you're going to be kicked out, and
Yeah.
you're going to waste everyone's time. So this is a strategy. Nobody else is going to teach you this. I promise you, this isn't taught by anybody else. I'm sure someone will duplicate it.
Make
I'm
it a
okay
course,
with it.
sell it.
It is with it. If someone's going to quote you out of this book and they don't talk about this technique, it's just a talking point. Okay. Use the practicality of it, make it work. The reason I like this book, and I give the authors credit on it, it's simple, it works, and it's proven in like 100 different types of businesses, not just wholesaling. Okay. I just took the strategies. I go, man, how can we systematically make it the negotiation more effective in wholesaling? And because all we ever know is the 70%. So I'm telling you guys, this works. Don't sit there and hit everybody right off the bat. It is a negotiation technique that works best in person. Can it work virtually? It can, but it's going to be less effective, for full disclosure.
You just have to, guys, you have to get comfortable with that no. Because once you become friends with the no, once you embrace the no, it gets so much better. And, I did a lot of wrestling, right, in high school. And the one thing they always say is, right, like embrace the grind, right? And that's something I've always used for my cold calling, right? And the point of it is like you're supposed to embrace the brutality of the training. You have to embrace just how much it's going to stink. And once you embrace that, it's kind of just normal, right? Like some insane trainings I did, but the thing about that was like, it just became normal. Like it was just, this is life, right? Roger that, right? So it's like, you look at David Goggins, like he runs insane amount of training, stuff. It's just, that's life now. And you start to get human beings get really used to, if you have to do tough things every single day, it's kind of like second nature. So when I was training for a marathon, when I was running 10, 11 miles a day, it wasn't that difficult after like a month doing it every day, because it just normal life. And the coolest part about that is kind of like you work out, 4 or 5 days a week. I worked out 4 or 5 days a week. We work out together a lot. It's just like, it's second nature to work out. Some people are like, they dread it, like, oh my gosh. It's just kind of normal for us.
But after a few months, if you don't work out one day, you feel like an emptiness. Like
you take a week off, or
you crave it. And it's like,
not crave
it, but you feel like, because here's the end. Like, if you guys will focus on the end result and get through the pain of the conversation, this is the brutal truth to wholesaling. Everybody fluffs. Oh, it's so easy. Give me your 10 grand. I'll show you how to do this. It's a piece of cake. You're going to have uncomfortable conversations. Yeah. You're going to have to hit people in the mouth. So if you guys have kids, you can relate. Okay. You have amazing rapport with your kids by nature. Okay. Because you spend a lot of time with them. And if you don't, go spend time with them. But there's a lot of times I had to grab this kid by his shirt and go, hey, this is what we're going to do. And that's it. And sometimes it was just cleaning his room or stuff like that. You all can relate if you have kids. And after a while, you guys, you know what? I don't want to have that conversation anymore. It's less painful just to do it this way. If you guys would stop chasing the yes and go for the no, it's going to be uncomfortable. Why? Because you've linked the wrong emotions to it.
That's the point.
We all want yes. We grew up, yes, 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 yes. The reality of the world, no, 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 no. Find the one yes that works. And if you do that, you get past that uncomfortable part, you're going to flex that muscle. And once you do it, probably it's going to take you 30, 50 times. After a while, you're like, okay, this is standard operating procedure. Here it comes. I'm building them up. I'm going to fluff them up. And then it's like, I'm going to punch them, but I'm going to pick them up. Yeah. And then we're going to find a way to put a Band-Aid on them. Like, do you see my point? And go from there. And that's it, guys. You've got to understand this. This, I'm telling you, this is the core of wholesaling. Okay. And especially you newcomers that are just getting into this. So many people just don't understand, like, rejection is part of this business. And if people are telling you, hey, you got to do yes, you're going to get rejected. You got to figure it out. Sooner you can figure out this process, you don't have the experience to have high level negotiations. So make up for it in quantity. And when you get to the negotiations, use your strategy and work with the ones that want to work with you. and you don't have to wind up in the realtor world. We are not preparing anyone to be a realtor because realtors have to spend all their days on comping and looking professional and perfect.
I agree. So you have to embrace the no. You have to enjoy the no, because once you do it, it becomes normal, right? And so when it becomes normal to just go for the no, when it comes very normal to give lowball offers, when it comes normal to cold call every single day, it becomes so much easier. And so many people come up, they're like, I'm so nervous to have a conversation with somebody. I'm so nervous to cold call. If you do it, I tell everybody, if you're nervous to cold call, do 100 cold calls, then get back to me.
Yeah.
I guarantee you will be less nervous to cold call the 101st person. And it's a 0% chance after 1,000 cold calls, you're going to be really worried to cold call anymore. So it's just, that's the point, guys. And it's like, oh, I'm worried to go to the gym. Go to the gym 100 times. 101st time, you're not going to be nervous to go there anymore. You might be like, oh my gosh, I got to do it. But you're not going to be nervous anymore. So embrace that no, because the more no's you get, the closer you are to that yes. And that's the way I look at cold calling, right? If I cold call and I get a no, I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm close to that yes. And I know, like, if I cold call 500 Drawing for Dollars leads, I know it's probably going to be 490 no's and 10 yeses. Out of those 10 yeses, I might pull 1 or 2 deals out of it. So I get no, perfect, close to the yes. Boom, 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 boom. You keep going after that and you'll do super well, guys. This is the tactic nobody shares. This tactic nobody talks about. But if you can simplify this business, stop overcomplicating things and start lowballing, you'll start doing more wholesaling real estate deals. Your income will change. Your life will change. And that's the point, guys. And the last part about the go for no we want to talk about today is saying no to the excuses. Go for no. Say no to the excuses also. This is the biggest issue with so many people. Oh, I can't talk to a seller right now because I have to do this, or I have to do this or that, or I can't start cold calling until I get the perfect market. I can't start doing this till I get my transgressional analysis sheet on marketing on the 4th degree. Guys, stop it. Stop overcomplicating it. Do income producing activities. Income producing activities. Cold calling is setting up your podio the perfect way for the 50th time going to make you more money. Is comping the 40th house going to make you more money?
Well, if you get a logo in the perfect business,
no.
How do I set up my LLC structure? Guys, none of this is going to make you money.
Do I have to get a good website? Like, no.
Listen, guys, go for the no to get the yeses in your life. The yeses you want. The yeses you target for. The reality is, why does Zach go to the gym? Why? Because he loves pain, sweating, and the struggle and his heart rate, like getting 180 beats? No. He does it for the end benefit. You feel better, you look better, you live longer, and you're able to be active in your life. Okay.
Bad. These screws pull up. I can get them. That's why I do boxing. You know, that's why
we're like wrestle offs.
No, if these screws pull up, I got them. You know,
the truth of life is, the people that really get life understand you have to do some painful, uncomfortable things. The reality is, when I started out wholesaling, I'm not going to say a completely different person, but I'm a completely different wholesaler, 100% from the day I started out. So in the beginning, you need clear cut like techniques to get this done. And you need to be militant about it and go through it. Like, so if you're scheduling from 10 to 12 to do cold calls, stop negotiating with yourself. So many of you guys want a coach to make you accountable. Do you really think the coach cares at the end of the day? I think they care to a point, but they only care until you have to pay them. Then after that, if you make it or not, it's no sweat off their back. They're just waiting for a testimonial. The key is when you learn to make yourself accountable. Yeah. Okay. So number one, if you're making excuses, stop it. Be accountable for it. Now understand, going forward, your subconscious is going to go and find those excuses no matter what, because it's a habit. So the key to fixing your subconscious excuses is recognize them in a conscious state and go, okay, I'm starting to complain. I got to stop. Guys, I have to do this still to this day with certain habits I have. Once you start recognizing, you can keep self-correcting yourself. So if you complain, if you take that phone call from your nagging friend with all the drama, stop taking the calls while you're scheduled your time and go, okay, if you want to, just stop it. Who controls your life, Zach?
Myself.
That's it. Nobody else. Not the news, not anyone else, not Guru. You are in charge of what happens. Stop making other people accountable for your inactions and just go, okay, I'm going to be honest with myself. When I start to do this, I'm going to recognize it. I'm going to self-correct it, and I'm going to go hard in the paint for the next 30 to 90 days. And after a while, it's going to become a habit and you're going to forget about it. The day I started wholesaling, I don't even know how I got through it with my terrible habits, but I got through it. And I've taken longer than most. But once again, it's a journey. It's a marathon. Those who sprint, they always get killed.
That's it.
So just figure it out and get it going. Guys, I'd like to tell you I was the most like superstar wholesaler. I was a train wreck when I started. Here's the difference is I just did it. And I kept going and I learned as I went. And you're going to have a lot of failures. So school taught you that failure is bad. The reality of the world is the more you fail, the more you'll succeed. So
don't fail on purpose, right? But like try other things. But I mean, I fail every day. You know, like I try to do something and I felt that it's not bad, but don't think of like, oh, I have to massively fail on everything. And that's great. That's not the same thing, right? It's not sexy to fail, but like some failures are okay, but some aren't, obviously, right? But like, guys, you only have a certain amount of time on earth, right? And you got to make the most of it. So if you're just sitting here right now, just making excuses in your life of why I can't do this, or I'm not wholesaling well because cut out the excuses, guys. You only live once. Change your life right now. This is the moment where you can change your entire life. There's so many people on earth right now that aren't able to do what you're able to do, right? There's people that can't have an internet connection. There's people that can't, they're stuck with a job. You know, they have kids and a family. It's harder for them. Do the opportunity you have right now. You have a gift right now with the knowledge of wholesaling real estate and going after it. Go after it. There's just, if not right now, especially for my young people watching this, you know, my age, you have certain moments in life where an opportunity opens a door for you. These opportunities don't open for you every single day. And they happen maybe 2 or 3 times in someone's lifetime. And if this is an opportunity right now, this is a door opening for you, you need to take it. And this is not like, oh, it's just going to come to me. It's an opportunity. You got to work at it. But I promise everybody watching this, if you take the opportunity by the horns and you consistently get better at it, consistently actually strive to master the craft, and consistently put your all into it, when you're an old person and
old like me.
No, you're old in a nursing home and you can sit back and say, you know what, I did everything I can to make the most out of my life. I know I can. I know I can sit back when I'm an old person and say, you know what, I did everything I can when I was young to change my life, my family's life, my financial future and everything. And I took life by the horns and I did everything I deserved to do. I didn't sit on my couch all day playing video games, still play video games, but like I didn't waste time. I did the most out of my life. And if you're watching this right now, this might be the picking me up that you need right now to change it, because
it's a crazy conversation.
I just want everybody to do this. So many people right now, they take so much excuses, and wholesaling real estate needs to be the way for you to change your life. So many people right now, there's so much competition in a lot of these markets. And why do some people make a ton of money in wholesaling? Some people don't. It's not because somebody's smarter, taller.
It ain't about smarts.
It ain't about smarts. It's about who's willing to want it more. And if you want it more, if you want to change your life, you will change it. And if subconsciously, we're talking about the subconscious, this is the most important tool we got to have for you to change. And if you're out here making excuses, if you don't want it enough, you're not going to get it. And so the last part here is, it's like, why is this guy making a ton of money and this guy isn't? It's all about the guy or gal that wants it more. So what everyone, you know, there's 40-year-old guys saying, oh my gosh, why is this 18-year-old kid whooping me on these appointments, right? I wanted it more, okay? I wasn't, you know, financially fat, if that makes sense. Because like, you look at it, what is scarier, a hungry tiger or a full tiger? If you're stuck with them.
I'm just scared of tigers.
Yeah, but a hungry tiger is a lot scarier, right? Versus a full alligator. Like a full alligator ain't gonna eat you. Okay, they already ate a bunch of things. They ain't gonna eat you.
They'll kill you though.
Yeah, if you provoke them, if they're full, they're not gonna attack you to get you, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you know, this is how sharks work, and this is why sharks are one of the apex predators in the entire world. You know, sharks don't. Their appetite is never suppressed. They can always eat something, and they're always hungry. Always hungry, so they're always hunting and taking everything out. This is the scariest thing about sharks, and you must become a shark. You must eat, you know, get money, but never be satisfied with that. And the people that were like 40, 50, they're making a ton of money in wholesaling. They didn't want as much as I did. I was sick of my bag boy job. I was sick of working that 9 to 5. I was sick of cleaning toilets. This is why I won.
Guys, I went on a 12-year corporate journey. I didn't figure this out till like my 30s. So if you're going, man, I've done this, you can change at any point you want in your life. Okay. So let me leave you with two stats. Okay. They've done studies, and you know that your personality, your habits, your emotionals are all formed by the age of 35. And if you don't make a conscious decision to change it, that's just the way you're set. Why do you see when like people get older, like they get kind of grumpy, they're set in their ways, they will never change, they're not open to learning, and they're set because their thoughts turn into their experiences, which are their choices, and then from there they're going to create a emotion from it, and if it's positive, negative emotion, that's how they're going to control their thoughts, and it's an endless loop. That's why you see people after 35, they're set in their ways. Okay, why do you think children are so robust? They're just like excited, full of life. You got to find a way to get back there. The only way you can do is by doing a conscious decisions, and you have to rectify. If you're not happy where you're at, make a decision to change it, but it's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to be painful in the short term. That's what we're teaching your wholesaling. Number two, they did a study on people in retirement homes, nursing homes, and they asked them, do you regret what you did not do or what you did do? Overwhelming 95% of them said the stuff I never tried, the stuff I didn't do. Nobody ever says, I tried that. That was miserable. I wish I never do that, because that's how you learn in life. But when an opportunity comes up and you're like, I mean, I love wholesaling, but I'm scared. I don't want to do it. And you let it go. And then you go back to your comfortable 9 to 5 job. And then you get to your nursing home and you're like, hey, do you have any regrets? They're like, man, I should have tried that wholesaling. I watched everyone be successful around me. I didn't have the guts to do it. We were never meant for 9 to 5 jobs. 70% of workers out there hate their jobs that work for some type of company. Okay. Why is that? How can that possibly be? Okay. Guys, I was that person. I waited till my 33 to make this decision. And luckily I influenced him enough. I was far from a perfect parent, but here's the key. Why he's here is I spent a lot of time with him as a child. Like we just spent a lot of time, and that's how we bond. And he's like, man, dad has a lot of free time. He has a fun. So listen, your kids watch what you do. They'll listen to what you say, but predominantly they are going to make a decision on your legacy, on what you do,